This conference will now be recorded.
Please stand for the, I can make sure I have Zane off the phone.
Argue.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank everyone for being here. And once again, I apologize for running about 5 minutes behind. Our first item on the agenda is approval of our regular meeting from September 23rd. And we also need to sign our September 17th meeting minutes that we've already approved, but had a misspelling that was corrected.
Move to approve. I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. We are without Zane tonight, but that was prearranged. We knew that, so it'll just be the four of us. Any open discussion or announcements? Okay, we will move on to our department head reports. We're going to start with Park, and we do not have Casey with us tonight, but Tiffany Parker is here as a Park Board member. And do you have anything you want to say before we?
Casey sent his reports last week before. Nothing really other than update on that, other than we do have a date for the mulch being spread at the playground. Boy Scout and Cub Scout Pack 3111 is going to go next Tuesday night, so the 21st, to spread out that mulch. In the playground, he's put move the equipment around, so that'll be done here next week. Nothing much other than that.
Okay. I will add, I received an email from Elizabeth McClelland on the 10th. She emailed on behalf of the Greenways Foundation of Indianapolis, and it's a Trail Ready Indiana program. I forwarded that on to Casey, so if you would be sure, he probably came back to a lot of emails, so to make sure that okay.
The Greenways Foundation, you said?
Greenways Foundation, Trail Ready Indiana. Do you know if he's gotten any updates since his report was done on the Christmas lights?
No, he has not gotten an update.
People are going to be bummed about that, but we can only do what we can do.
Yep. It was kind of a short and sweet park board meeting today, but he said he's still trying to figure it out, but it's not looking easy.
Yeah, that's a real bummer.
We're talking about the strands that come from all the way to the top. There's some issues that may cause us from being able to do
Kitchen
that.
biological material that's been left behind.
They thought
to put
they
it nicely, the terms we use at work.
they thought they had put screening up to prevent that, but it didn't where it needed to go.
Exactly, and so it'd be a lot of work to get it all cleaned out. So we're looking at possibilities of what can be done.
Yeah.
The commissioners approved $4,500 to get that cleaned out and do screening. This morning.
Cleaned up before.
Just this morning.
Because they put those up. They put when is that?
They didn't discuss a timetable, but they approved the contract.
Because they
At the
do
meeting
that.
this morning.
It's pretty quick after.
It's the,
Yeah.
is it the weekend after
No,
Thanksgiving?
it's the weekend of.
Weekend.
The weekend of
Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Tricapa does Saturday and they usually do Sunday.
Gosh, maybe they'll still get it done.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Thanks,
Good.
Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. That's
I knew there was a reason.
promising.
for that.
That's promising.
Why don't you move to Alvin? Council.
Because I have a
Cut the
beautiful view
newspaper guy
of
to
my
the
house.
jerk.
I would hate to be the person to have to clean up that.
And Kurt has an update on our RFQ for the,
Yeah, I think it was Jalissa that was here that made the presentation
Yeah.
last time, and it was wonderful. And Casey then got me, I think he left for me on the table, the specifications from the preferred vendor. So I had a chance to go through all that, look at information that I've been receiving, communicated directly with the preferred vendor several times. Wonderful people. And we were trying to work, all this is positive, by the way, none of this is going to be negative, but you're going to hear a little bit of a story, so I'll try to make it quick. Vendor was great, wonderful to talk to, gave me everything I needed, gave us Word versions of the specs so we could use them as we put together the RFP. One of the things we were hoping to do was to put you all in a position where, if possible, we could determine that there was enough uniqueness and whether we could fit them within the Sourcewell exemption because it's a public works project. Long story short is the vendor and our office agreed we can't do it. So that's okay. What we have from the vendor will put the vendor in a position where they should have a very good opportunity to be the most responsive and responsible party, but we still have to put out an RFP. So and they understand and they agree with them. Like I said, they've been great to work with. So our plan is, subject to you all saying no or something different, is to get approval to publish the solicitation, to run it by and have Steve and or Vicky and Casey, I'm guessing, you tell me who the party should be, to approve our draft, get it out so that it can be ready to receive. And this is our proposed date. If it doesn't work, you all tell me, but to have everybody submit their proposals by December 1, so that on December 9th, I think that's your council meeting, we can actually be in a position to evaluate those and share those with you. Now, maybe that's too aggressive. I don't know. I don't know where your timing is and where your money is, but we're ready to put the thing together. And we actually got some of it already done, but we would need some authority to actually publish it. There's some newspaper publishing we have to do with, I think it's New Summit. Is the New Era a separate paper? Okay,
It's
so they would take care of both. Okay, and that was one of the things I didn't know for sure. I wanted to get clarification. Anyway, the dates that we would like to do it were, unless you tell me it's too fast, receive all proposals by December 1. Our office, Casey, Steve, those relevant parties evaluate those proposals and be in a position to recommend to council and make a presentation on December 9. I don't know what you think about all that, but it went really well. The only piece of it is, and like I said, the vendors are aware of this, we couldn't fit them within, there wasn't enough uniqueness, even though it is unique, from the vendor's perspective to be able to fit within the statutory exemption to not require a competition. So we're going to have to at least go through the mechanics of opening it up for others to solicit or to provide proposals. But
I sit on that committee as well.
Oh,
So our November meeting, we were kind of looking at fundraising options and kind of what our next steps are. So it's good to know for us.
do you have a fundraising? Maybe I missed this one, Jalissa gave the presentation. Is there a day when you're having a fundraising event, or is this
Yes.
ongoing?
Not yet. That's what we're planning in November.
Okay.
We're looking at different fundraising opportunities.
So does that
Stuff
mean
like
December 1 to receive proposals is way too early?
No, that's fine, because we know it's gonna be a good chunk of change. And it's just a brainstorming session, trying to figure out, if we've got a whole bunch of ideas. We're just trying to narrow it down, right, what is feasible for us to do.
Because this will give us real numbers.
Yeah.
And we want,
And that's good to know those real numbers.
how long do we want those numbers to stay in our
Well,
proposal?
that's the thing that's kind of hard
That's,
to
yeah.
predict, but we had a good meeting today,
Yes, we did.
talked with the vendor, the same one, the Miracle
Yeah.
Network.
Yep.
And now it's just a matter of the committee kind of getting to the brass tacks, and they've actually done a very good job. There's like a subset of the committee that's including Tiffany and Jalissa and a couple of others working on kind of the draft specs of sorts. Which equipment do we want? We made headway today, and I think we would wrap it up maybe at the next meeting,
I would think so, by the next meeting.
which would
At
be
least some sort of-
November 10, I think you
Yeah, that's
said.
what they said.
And so I think, Kurt, we may be on track, but we may not be able to give you a whole lot of definition until after that meeting.
Okay. So, thinking ahead, just to try to be proactive, is it too early for me to have the council act on authority for us to work to put this together, to get it in the news? Because I can't remember what the exact.
No, because you might want to tackle it in increments, and therefore you'd be able to do that with that approval.
with that, then, I don't know when or if you want to, but
I don't know if they're ready for RFPs or not, so you would have to talk to probably Casey about that.
Right, but we're probably
I
ready for
think right
Kurt
there.
to do, do some initial drafting and so forth.
So we do the draft, but we just might have to.
with a goal towards receiving them on the first, which would mean we'd want to put it out by middle of November.
And could you put some language in there about that the project, might be a year? I mean, obviously,
Not gonna do
they're
anything
not
before.
gonna be, they're gonna wanna know when
When?
potentially the project would come to fruition.
Yeah,
But
I
if we're in
know.
the fundraising stage, that's kind of hard, but you do need real numbers.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna be the dilemma, right? If you're a contractor, you're not gonna want to give a number for a year from now, because you don't know what materials are gonna be, labor. So if
Yeah, well, I
we're too
guess,
early, then that's fine, I just didn't know. I'm ready.
And we could, I think that could be open-ended, the direction that the council will give to our attorney to say, start the draft, the RFP, and then you could work with Casey and myself and, to say, okay, we're ready to pull the trigger, send it out. Whether it's December 1 or January. or
February 16th. or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so the date, don't worry about it, but the authority, you're comfortable recommending the council to do that.
Yes.
I'm okay with that, if you five are.
I don't remember what their timeline even was. I know you guys had a timeline, but I don't remember.
It's very subjective,
Yeah.
but, so it's not real, hard,
Not like
hard line.
option one, we're having.
But yet there's kind of a thought that maybe most of the fundraising would occur starting in the new year, all the way into the summer / fall of next year.
Yeah.
That's
And
what-
then,
Yeah, no, that's what we kind of talked about, fundraising throughout the summer and into the fall. And then maybe doing some earth moving or something of that sort, which Casey was gonna kind of work with on doing. So there could be, like we did with the skate park. There
yeah,
was a slab of pavement that gave people like, oh my gosh, this is what happening. So we're earth moving or doing whatever we can. And then maybe we talked about this today, not putting a deadline on it because we don't know as far as cost or equipment availability or any of that. Being able to say, okay, by August of 27, we'll have equipment. We just don't know again, as far as the RFP process and all that, so.
So we're not, the
We know
reality,
fundraising is our number one goal right now.
yes, and the reality then is, as it pertains to
Yeah, the RFP.
awarding a contract to a vendor, I don't know how long it would hold out the price, but maybe it could be if we ended up getting to an award stage early, it could just be subject to maybe certain incremental price increases.
And I can work with all of you on that when you've had your meeting and you've better refined kind of what you're thinking. And I hear Abby saying too, we're not doing it until spring, so that makes perfect sense to me as to how we would draft it. And I will not have December 1 or December 9 be even on my radar right now, but I could start if you're ready for me to do something. I'm ready to put pen to paper on it.
When you guys look at those you had catalogs, right?
Oh, we had a whole bunch.
Are the prices in the catalogs?
They are not. But
Okay.
some of them had a few prices, or you could get on their website and see prices. They did kind of give us some proposals. The vendor we talked to has given us a proposal and kind of how we've taken equipment away and added equipment
Yeah.
because we know we actually had the ability to go out and visit parks and see this great big piece of equipment that's gonna cost X amount of money and realize that's not something we want. So you can take, and that's part of the discussion we had with them today. It's like, we want to trade this out for this and try some different kind of setups and drawings. So that's a lot of what we've been doing these last few months is talking to vendors and seeing different parks and things. So,
yeah, I know you guys have visited
Yeah.
several.
Yeah, several parks have been
Yes.
visited, a couple in Fort Wayne, we were over in Walkerton, I think, Casey went to one, so.
Are they gonna do the installation, the site prep?
Yeah, the site prep, I think, is being done by Casey. I think that was his
Okay.
plan to do that. But as far as anything else that has to be done, we're gonna have them do it and their contractors for warranty and liability. So that is not gonna be anything that Casey and his crew are gonna be installing. It's gonna be done by the contractor. And that's all included in when we talked to it, it sounded like.
Just to wrap it up, so what Tiffany's really saying, we really are at a point where we should probably get the specs virtually done in a month, 2 month max. And then we would be putting that into Kurt's hands. But I think there's kind of an advantage if the council were to authorize Kurt to, begin this, but it would just be he'd be working in concert with Casey, myself, and Jalissa to say, you know, here's, we might be giving him a dribble of information, but he could make some headway. And then when the time comes to pull the trigger, okay, RFP, we want it out the door, Kurt probably would only have 10% left of the work to do.
Okay,
There's some advantage just because I'm up to speed right now. And if I wait 3 months or 5 months, I'm gonna have to refresh my.
well,
memory.
you're excited. You've never heard
I
of
am.
this
This is
before.
good. I'm so excited and
We're excited.
for you. It's such a cool project. And,
Well, I would entertain, a motion to allow Kurt to proceed as we discussed. If someone would so choose to do that.
I move that we give Kurt permission to prepare the RFP documents and move this project forward as needed.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. Anything else, Tiffany?
Oh, not that I can think of.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, we have Casey's cemetery report. There's not really any questions, I don't think, on that. Okay. We will move on to street cemetery. Corey?
For the month of September in the cemetery, we had one service. And as far as the street department's concerned, we get a lot of basins cleaned. Obviously got leaf season equipment ready. Got some sweeping done. Just our normal weekly duties. So I don't know if you have any questions for me right now, but I do want to seek permission, which I forgot to put on here, to solicit quotes for the 2026 pre-program. And due to the fact that we've only got like 2 meetings, maybe 3, something like that, I'd like to put it out the 1st of November and then have the quotes ready for the last meeting in here, that first but last, assuming first but last meeting in December. That way we can award the contract and they can get started in January, if they choose to do so.
Anybody have any questions for Corey?
The only question I've got,
Sorry, go ahead, Dale.
no, that's okay. The truck? You got the truck? from
Yes.
Burnwood? And the snowplow,
I
That's
think
on the
that's
agenda.
that's on the agenda?
Yep.
Are you gonna discuss that before you?
Whatever you guys want me to do.
It's on the agenda. I'll
Okay.
put it down on your business.
I added a tree to the, tree program. So. I just texted it to him.
Have you thought, ahead on sidewalk program at all for next year?
Yeah, I know one spot where I'm gonna take a tree out and replace the sidewalk. The tree is pretty much disintegrated, the sidewalk.
I've had somebody discuss with me the possibility of getting some funds from another source to help with the sidewalk programs. Have you heard from anybody about that?
I don't know if we're talking about the same sources, but I've actually in communication with engineering of a new program. That's not new, but it's kind of mirror images the 50/50 community crossings program. So we had that meeting last week. I have not run it past the public works yet because I'm still getting all the bearings on it as far as what it is and what the percentage match is and all that. But I'm assuming that's probably not the same.
Oh, this was a local, they had some money and they wondered if that was, okay, I'll mention to them again that they need to talk to you, but we've had a 50/50 program before, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, some of the worst ones, the homeowner does not have the 50%. I mean, we've had people sign up and we get the
Right.
quotes, but then doesn't,
They won't give their 50%.
yeah.
Or they can't afford it.
Yeah, right. But we have had some of our budgeted money that's taken care of some areas that were
Yep.
very safe.
What the
Unsafe.
Public Works Committee has done and paid 100% for in the years past is we concentrated on school routes.
Right.
And we did those 100%. We didn't require the homeowner to pay for any of those. And we did that for about 10 years, I think.
Well, this is a sore subject, but we have a lot more walking zone now. So we might want to look at that.
Actually, we do because the bus routes have been cut this year, Corey, so we should probably look at that.
That's why I unintentionally spoke with BS on potential avenues of.
Since the bus routes got cut this year, we should meet and look at some of them.
Okay,
See, the only thing is they want the kids now all to go to the intersection of State Road 8 and State Road 9. That's where they're funneling all the kids, and that's where they want them all to go. So, because we, in the past, we funneled them down Highland, we funneled them down Jefferson, and we funneled them down Main Street, okay? So we did the sidewalks down all 3 of those avenues. But now they want us only to funnel them down Main Street, okay?
Didn't we do the sidewalks down South Street too, part of that school program though?
We probably have.
On the
but
east side
Now
of it?
the circle is much bigger now because the outlying areas, the school buses no longer pick up in, the circle's much smaller now. Where the buses used to pick up, like stay out by Vicky's house, there used to be a bus stop out there. There's no longer a bus stop there. So, yes, good. That's a very good point.
Is there a plan to finish the sidewalk from White Oaks to Valley View in the future? So I think that's something that we need to get on our radar for the next few years, because there's not a safe way to, unless you go through the cemetery and go through the yard, then
I could fall into that program that BS is talking about too.
that could, if we could
According
consider
to what the
that.
safe standards are,
Mhm.
very little bit that we talked about, that potentially fall into that complaint.
'Cause you end up having to walk on the road, to get
That's such
That was
a
the problem
steep
back
hill
when
right
they
there
did
too.
West Main. They couldn't go by the cemetery, so they took it to West Hazel.
yeah.
And that's why West Hazel got all
Just
this
across
sidewalks.
right there.
Is that why?
That's why, because the hill's too steep there for a sidewalk.
Did it go on the other side or not?
That's why they took it down West Hazel.
Yeah, but no.
By the way,
no
what's
kid
going on
goes all the way
with
around.
the pole? The pole that's leaning all the way over,
The broken one,
the broken pole.
it's in the hands of the phone company and the fiber optics company.
Okay.
So they're gonna play pointing games, I'm assuming, for a little bit till somebody fixes it.
We contacted them the end of last week to remind them it's still leaning.
Okay, Corey also asked for permission to start the process for, what was it? Tree trimming.
Trimming.
Right. No issues there, I added one.
Okay, anything else for Corey? All right, thank you, Corey. On to water, wastewater. Terry.
Has the council had a chance to look over the report? I'll try to answer some questions.
I want to hear about the new filters.
The project, the water plant project, it's going really well. The filters are installed, the doors are in, and the media's in. And we're just, I'm hoping by Friday we'll have all our samples back to put them online. And then the North Water Tower is out of service. It'll be out of service probably. They're planning on somewhere around October 31st completing the job, but they have until November 8th.
Did you guys take any pictures and of all that?
Of the water tower?
No, I mean of the media filters and,
We got old pictures. I don't have no new pictures because we was kind of hoping once everything's done, we'd redo the floor. It got scuffed up pretty good. But that's not part of the project. That's a winter project.
I noticed they weren't sitting outside anymore, so thought that was a big win.
Yeah. Quick Thing did an excellent job. They bolted right in.
Yeah, I thought, wow, that was quick.
Anything else for Terry? Terry, do you have anything else?
I was just gonna let you know, we're still working with the wastewater treatment plant lift station and BS is, the preliminaries are probably gonna be somewhere in November and then kind of advertise for the project for construction. And then I think I talked to Carol about the water tower. If the project goes well and everything's completed, and everything, since we're not probably gonna have a meeting first of November, or the second week of November. Is it up to Carol that if we can go ahead and pay if everything's good, or?
We have cancellation of the Veterans Day meeting November, on the agenda. When you do that, if I could just, like we've done in the past, it'd be okay to pay any claims that are good to go, which I would get them ready, send the reports to you guys. You would get me your final, kind of like verbal okay or preliminary, and then at the meeting on the second meeting in November, you would officially approve those.
Just like we do in December?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and the one he's talking about is over $200,000. So if everything's done and the samples come back good, we didn't want to make the vendor wait.
Okay. Yep, we'll take care of that on down in business. Okay, thank you, Terry.
All right, other than that, did I just leave, or do you want me to stay for anything?
You're welcome to leave, as well as Tiffany, if you would like to. Or at any time between here and the end, if you feel you've had enough, we would not be offended. Some of you know, but others.
We've been here since 5.
I feel I've had enough.
Good try.
But I'll stay for the fun.
Okay, we will move on to any old business. Thank you, Terry. New business, our first item is the special event application for the STAR team. Their Scare on the Square event is October 24th, 2025. I think everything's pretty much as it's been in the past. Are you representing them as well?
I had to be here anyway. Lori said, can you just handle it? I said,
There you
sure.
go.
But yeah, we just closed the
Lucky
same
you.
the same two streets we always close, and then the alley for the library for that event.
And it looks like all of our department heads have signed off on it. So Carol, were there any concerns or?
Not that I heard.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Gary? Okay, I would entertain a
5:30
motion.
to 7:30.
I move we approve the special event application from the STAR team for the Scare on the Square on October 24th.
Yes.
I can't second.
I've got to give you a chance to participate.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, we will move on to facade grant application. Gary and Patty Gatman, the Noble Property Group LLC. This is their East Main Street building.
Yeah, the Fox Den.
Yep.
Most people know it as the Fox Den building.
You want to share with us? I know you went to the RDC meeting, but you can share with us.
Absolutely. So a few years ago, we had the roof put on and a new membrane on the roof. But what we learned is that we had a little water coming in our third floor apartment. And so I just assumed the roof had sprung a leak. So we called the roofing contractor, and that's when we learned it wasn't the roof. It is the wall that we share with Assurance Title. So ours is a 3-story building, theirs is 2. So our wall has about 2/3 of a story that's exposed to the weather 24/7 and has been in that capacity for a lot of years. So just in that wall from the top of the Assurance Title roof to the top of our roof, there's about a 6 or 8 foot long section where, as you would expect, mortar dries, things crank and water gets in. So what they're gonna do, we got 2 quotes, we can try to get a third one, but we got the letter declining, but is they will prep it and get it all ready to go. Then they will do the work that they need to do the repair, but then they seal it because that wall is still gonna be exposed to the weather elements for years. It's a 30-year life expectancy for the sealant. He noticed that there's a little bit of damage coming in the chimney that sticks up even higher and gets even more exposure to the wind and the rain and the weather. So he's gonna go ahead and seal that for us now to prevent that kind of a problem from becoming in the future. Once we get that done, the best quote was $6,500. Once we get that done, we'll then have to repair the roof inside the apartment and make sure nothing bad, any attic or anything like that, make sure it's clean.
Are they gonna grind the joints out?
Yes. Yeah, that's part of the process, yes. But the big thing that he was emphasizing was you really want to seal that because it's exposed to the weather 24/7. Otherwise, you're just probably going to be dealing with this issue again down the road. So the warranty is a 10-year warranty, but he said you'll get 30 out of it.
Are they gonna get it done before it starts freezing?
Yep, he's ready to go next week. Patty, I don't know, Patty knows people that can get things done, so I can't answer beyond that, but it happens to be the same guy that did the roof, so he'll actually lift up some of the pieces that are connected to the roof and he'll tuck, because it's his roof, so he's able to then tuck some of the steel and stuff and put it in it, so everything will be integrated so that it'll be watertight, and it needs to be.
It's actually the same vendor.
Done before it freezes.
Yes.
Is this
Quality
the- is this
Construction.
the-
Quality is their name?
This
I
quote
think that's
dated
right.
2021. Is this the quote?
Huh?
Is this the quote?
Yeah.
It says 2021.
He wrote the wrong date then.
It's the same gentleman or company that did the B Noble building, at 110 South Orange, that they had pretty good success with.
I didn't notice that. I was, where my eyes went, to the bottom number. That's where my eyes went. It's like, all right, 6,500, that's tolerable.
As you probably know, RDC approved is recommending approval of the facade grant application to the council.
No, and nobody noticed the date.
Half of the quote, 3,250.
Anyone have any other questions for Gary? I will entertain a motion.
Motion, we approve this facade improvement matching grant for their building.
Second.
And the amount of our portion would be $3,250.
We have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Gary.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys' support. It means a lot.
Thank you. Item number 3, consideration of an employment agreement for a full-time fire chief. Yes, please.
What you obviously can discuss if you want, but you're looking for a motion to authorize Vicki to sign an employment agreement with Fire Chief Bob Amber that would be subject to legal counsel review and approval, so that I can clean up the draft that we have to be consistent with discussions we've had earlier. So a motion to authorize Vicki to sign an employment agreement subject to legal counsel approval. If you want to make that motion, if you're not ready to make that motion, that's fine. But if you do, you can be rest assured that I will take all of your comments into consideration. Obviously, it'll get shared with Steve and the rest of you, and when it's ready, and I have given it my blessing, she can sign it. Bob can sign it if he's happy with it, and you can move on. The only question that I had was the effective date. I just want to make sure, is the full-time starting January 1, or is it starting as soon as he signs it?
It starts January 1.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to, so we have time, but I think we're ready to put it together.
And maybe the confusion, the stipend that's within there would be kind of immediate,
Yeah.
subject to payroll
Yes.
processing.
And big, Carol's gonna have to do her ordinance and all that the next meeting, 28th of October. But I should be ready to get it done before then.
I'm gonna authorize Vicki to work with our attorney, sign the employment agreement for our full-time fire chief, Bob Amber. After all the changes that are made, that we've discussed this evening in executive session. How am I doing so far?
You did beautiful. That's so moved, I heard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have a second?
Oh, no, I was gonna say that you didn't say subject to the council review and approval.
Subject to,
But you just said so moved. so-
Okay. so moved. And did I get a second?
Sure.
Okay, Abby.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? It will be nice to get that off our plate. Won't it, Bob?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, we're going to move on to consideration of quotes for the safety, lighting, and snowplow for the 2025 F-350 truck that was just purchased from Bernworth Dollars. Corey, we have our quotes in front of us in our spreadsheet.
I solicited 3 vendors for quotes, Clyde Truck, W. Jones, and H&H Sales Company. Got no response from H&H Sales Company. Clyde Truck came in at $12,700. W. Jones came in at $11,763.31.
All right, so let's talk about what your recommendation, what you kind of, what we kind of want from you is what your preference would be. Who do you think is the most responsible and responsive bidder
Clyde Truck, due to past experiences.
in your past experiences being?
Well, we've had 4 trucks done with Clyde, and not one of them's gone back. In 2020, we had a truck done by W. Jones and went back, and our mechanics spent about 2 weeks in shop working on it. Since then, we've kind of gone with Clyde Truck. Clyde Truck did also list in their quote that they would pick up the truck, take it to their shop, do the install, and also bring the truck back when it's completed. Due to the lack of time that the street department has this time of year.
So they pick it up, go do the thing, and bring it back at their expense.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Will that make
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, that's an adequate finding to accept the higher of the two. It is legally appropriate. You just need to, as part of your motion, make a finding that to accept the recommendation of your street, this is a street truck, right?
Yeah.
Superintendent, that Clyde Truck is the most responsive and responsible bidder for the reasons stated and awarded accordingly. You could say so moved if you want to that too.
Corey, does the Kaleida include the lighting?
Yes.
Okay, they just didn't itemize it out in the same way that
No, they
W.A.
didn't.
Jones did.
He's
Okay.
got everything listed on there, but
Okay.
not, sorry, not itemized out, but
It says LED lights with ice filter.
Oh, I see that down there. Yeah, it just wasn't in the,
I do the spec up for these, so everything's same amount of lights, same snow plow. Just two different vendors.
okay.
I'll move to accept the Kaleida plow, the Kaleida truck equipment quote at $12,700 as the most responsible and responsive bidder.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
On to approval of submitting the CCMG 2026-01 grant application to NDOT. Which one you gentlemen are reporting on this? Steve, you or Corey?
Oh, I'm sorry, Vicky.
The 2026 CCMG.
Yeah, basically, it's one of the requirements of the grant that we give a financial commitment letter. Carol has prepared it as similar to the years prior. This year listing the grant request being, well, the total estimated project, a little over $1 million. It's a 20% match required by the town, so our share would be 201,000 and change. And the grant that we're requesting is 800,000 and change. And this just shows that we have the funds and that we, that the council has authorized the application. And it's just like last year, of course, they've changed the whole sequencing of their grant applications around. Last year, we applied sometime after the first of the year. Then this year, they brought it up until, this month. It started October 1, the application cycle, and it ends October 31. And we're in good shape. Our engineers provided a cost estimate, very detailed, that'll serve us well in the application. And I've already begun the online application, and much is in there other than the estimate, and I'll insert that and attach the various documentations here, this letter, and then we'll be in good shape.
And this is Jefferson and Liberty Streets. That'll make a huge difference in that part of town. Both from Cougar Court, I'm assuming.
Jefferson from Cougar to Orange, and then Liberty would be from Highland to State Road 8.
Okay, I need an authorization to sign the letter, as well as Steve and Carol are on here to sign as well.
What do you need, a motion?
Yep.
Move to sign.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Sorry for being so pushy, Steve, about the CCMG, but you know what? I am pushy.
And it's a lot of money.
Well, that's
pushing
over
too.
800,000.
We're in touch with the NDOT people.
Last quote of the night. But listen, I am pushy when it comes to CCMG, and you know what? It ain't gonna change.
We're used to it, and we accept the reminder.
Sorry.
And,
Nothing personal, but
I'll
this girl
remind
is
you,
not
because
gonna change.
last year when we did the application, it was accepted on our first,
That's right.
first round, so.
Old girl stripes
We
are
hope for the
black
same.
and white, and they said, well, let's be black and white next year.
They still have some of them, I'm noticing, I think they cleaned up the application a little. There were lots of glitches last year.
There was.
There was still some this year, I found. But now I'm just saving, every time I enter something, save it, and then it'll let you know if it's saved.
We're getting better at it. We're getting better.
Oh, yeah, we're in good shape. Thank you.
But I'm sorry for being so pushy.
No
Thank you,
apologies. No, we do appreciate
Steve
the
and
reminder.
Corey, thank you for all your work
Yes,
on
I
that.
appreciate you very much.
Okay, and Carol too.
And Carol, I appreciate you too.
On to consideration of the interlocal agreement between the town and Noble County Sheriff's Department. This is maintenance costs for the Spillman Public Safety System. Scott, you have anything to add?
I sent everybody out a brief explanation of what this was about. Basically boils down to the original agreement that was signed in 2018 by a couple of the remaining, or the board members that are on now. It basically ends October 18th, 2025. So this is just a continuation on the maintenance aspect of the Spielman Public Safety System that we are, our responsibility is about 5.17% of the maintenance cost, with all the member agencies contributing their portion. So I'm requesting that the council just go ahead and sign this document to remain where we are with Spielman, because we use it very regularly, as does the other county agencies. That's pretty much it. And we did get charged the $3,462.79, which I already had Carol start processing, or the front office. And then this agreement showed up due to that language not being in each interlocal agreement. So this is to help clean it up, and we're all on the same page. I have talked to Kurt about it, and you got anything you need to say, or is that good enough?
Very familiar with Spillman, very familiar with the master contract. It's done just like this in almost every other county that uses them. So I've been involved with this from the other perspectives, and it's consistent. So I recommend you approve it.
Thank you.
And then we signed the interlocal agreement between the town and Noble County for the Spillman Public Safety System.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
On to consideration of quotes for the 2026 Dodge Durango Police Pursuit Vehicle.
As per our procurement policy, I was requested to get 3 quotes, or pursue 3 quotes, and it so happens that I received 3 quotes, which is a good thing. Kind of in a nutshell, it's in our improvement plan for a new squad car, 2026. We are in the 2026 production year. So I'm recommending that we go with Fletcher Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They are the lowest, they are the most responsible, and they are the most responsive bid. I had sent you all the spec, or the quote sheet, or the RFQ sheets, and the all 3 quote packages. So unless you have some questions, that's what my recommendation is, for the cost of $40,220. And they bring the squad car here to us, to the garage.
Thank you, Scott. It's very, very thorough, very professional. You have your funding listed at the bottom. Good job.
The warranty's there for you.
No, thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
You are on top of it, buddy.
We've done this before.
We have,
Yeah.
because I'm pushy.
No,
Right.
no, you're Chris. We'll just call it that.
Great. On that note, I recommend that we accept Scott's recommendation from Fletcher Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for the $40,220 Dodge Durango Police Pursuit Vehicle.
I'll second that.
Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Scott.
Thank you very much.
On to item number 8, consideration of the interlocal agreement between the town and Central Noble Community School Corporation pertaining to the school crossing guard. Who has our update on that?
I can probably just refresh everybody's memory, unless you guys know more about it than I do.
Yeah, we don't have anything on that.
What you asked me to do, which I did, which is fine, was provide you with the draft after the changes were made by the request from the Central Mobile School attorney. And you were gonna read those, and it's okay if you haven't yet. You're gonna read those, you're gonna look at them, and you're gonna tell me if you agreed whether or not I could forward them back to the school attorney, because remember, we changed it to delete the obligation to have training, and we pushed back on the obligation for the indemnification issue. So we made those changes, and it's ready to share with the school, but I haven't yet since our last discussion, because I believe everybody wanted an opportunity to see it first. So if you're ready, I'm ready to share it with them. They haven't asked for it, which is fine, but the draft I sent you is what I would consider to be the most recent draft that has not yet been shared with the school, that I am ready to share if you are ready to authorize me to do so.
Okay, what's the date on the email?
I don't have that in
I
front of me.
think the
I'm so
5th.
sorry.
When was it?
The 5th,
It was
October 5th.
right after our last meeting.
I don't think I got included in that.
Well,
Yeah, I don't have that either. I don't have no email dated October 5th.
I don't believe it was October 5th,
Yeah.
though. I
Yeah.
thought it was a little bit later than that. Is
it-
that what
it
you
went to-
have?
It went to Steve, Scott, me,
And it was on the 5th?
yeah.
I thought it was a little later, but
Okay, because I have no emails. I have the 3rd and the 6th.
Well, I forwarded it to somebody. I can't remember. I don't have it with me. But I sent it, and you're welcome to take my draft and make a copy if you want, but I'll go back tomorrow or tonight and resend it to everyone.
That's okay, you can send it to the school.
Okay. I made the changes that we discussed, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, and he's not here to defend himself, I think Zane wanted to see it before. He wanted to see it before it went. And so that's why I sent it to.
Zane?
Pretty sure, yeah. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, the one
I'd have to
before,
go back and look.
Who's got it, Vicky? Who was it sent to?
it was sent to,
It would have been after our meeting.
Steve, Scott, myself, and Carol.
Oh, that's why we don't
October 5th, and that was, after the September 12th.
And what did I say?
You said, for your direction, attached is the red line version of what the school's attorney provided to
that's
me
right. It was a red line.
in blue according to your direction at the most recent council meeting.
So if you want, you can forward that to everybody else, but I'm ready to share it with them. I know Zane is the one that, like I said, he's not here to defend himself, so I apologize. But I think he's the one that really wanted to see it before it went out, so.
I know, but he didn't get it.
He didn't. Nobody forwarded it to him, and I didn't send it to him.
I can check on my computer. I can't pull it up on my phone if you'd like to see if it was forwarded.
Can we,
Well, you're all getting it right
table it
now,
till the next
but,
meeting? Or is that
oh
gonna
my
cause a problem?
gosh,
So the school's here, the school's here,
they haven't seen it. Amanda, is that why you're here?
probably.
You just were looking for some fun on Tuesday night?
Just like hanging out with Matt.
We had a lot of fun last night. We wanted to.
I did see this on the agenda, to be fair. I have not been in, those things don't come to us until
After the
typically
attorney
Phil is
has it.
okay with
Yeah.
them, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, I would not be of much use.
Okay, well,
Did we give a deadline of focus for it?
No, I talked to
I mean, if you
Bill.
need to take, I would feel more comfortable if Zane did want to take a look at that.
oh yeah,
And I'm willing to take I'm probably on record here saying I'm willing to take the heat on that. So that
Well,
you guys
we
can be
haven't seen it
comfortable.
either.
Yeah, if you guys want to wait and be comfortable,
Is that okay, Scott?
Yeah, that's fine. I agree with what he has it as, but you guys need to see it, since you're the ones that's gonna be
Is
voting
it-
on it.
Have you forwarded to them now?
I did.
Okay, I'm
But you
sorry.
should all have it now. I already did.
Sorry.
You forwarded it to your group?
Yeah, I just got it.
These, the
Okay.
rest of you already got it.
I got mine, yeah.
I got the red line version.
The agreement, I know it's not signed, it's not an official document yet, but is this what's happening now, Daily?
is this. This pertains to training and all that.
Yeah.
The agreement does.
And having the people up there, is that what's happening now? I happen to not be out at 8 AM or 3
Right.
PM.
I think to the most part, yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's every day, but I would venture to say it's at least regular.
Okay. And, well, we're gonna start getting some
Yeah, and just so you know, when you look at, it, for those of you who haven't,
darker, yeah.
Mhm.
for those of you that haven't seen it, when you see it, you'll see there's red and there's blue. The red is from the school, their training, and the blue is me tweaking that based on what our discussion was, in September. I believe, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Amanda?
I see.
I'm sending it to you too. Because I have your emails from you.
And is this at the current location by the school there?
This is for,
No.
No,
it's at
not by the
stoplight.
school,
This is at
Oh,
but by the
okay.
stoplight.
Okay.
And to answer your question a little more, I'm not through there every day, but when I am there, there is someone there, so I can't say how often if I don't see it.
Yeah,
So,
I get that. I
Okay.
just know the weather's gonna start getting, and darkness is gonna become a bigger issue. So there again, safety will be,
but we've got the two lights on the new stoplight or the new post, so that should help that early morning darkness.
There's not very many changes.
I mean, it's
on
still
here,
lit up
that's
and-
for sure.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
few changes.
Like a airport runway.
can we,
There's a lot.
can we approve the forwarding of it to the school?
I think we should
absolutely.
because
I
this
just
is
feel bad that
taking too
Zane
long.
didn't get a
Well,
seat.
can we approve
Yes,
you contingent on Zane's review and
Yeah.
then you just reach out to him and
yes.
have him say yes and then you
Yes.
just take care of it?
Okay,
Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. If you all agree and you and
Yes.
Zane, he's okay with me forwarding, I'll immediately send it to Bill and then we'll get that
Yes.
process.
There's hardly any changes on that.
There's not that. I don't think so. I was just afraid to do it until you guys told me.
There's hardly any changes at all on that.
There's not much. The biggest change, and Scott can please confirm if this isn't right, the biggest change was we took out
Will I what?
texting,
And tell him what?
once he's read it. Yeah, I've got a note. I just got about 15 notes that I'm worried about.
You want me to text Zane and tell him what?
Never mind, I'll do it later.
I'm sorry to interrupt your hunting, but
We hope you see the
quietly.
big L. But we also need you to see the agreement.
please don't fall out of your tree.
No, well, I'll just make sure that he does it in the next few
The
days.
biggest change was we took out the requirement for the town to train the person.
Yeah.
Because we weren't gonna do that, and so,
Because of the wording, yeah, they wanted,
and that's fine,
They wanted
right?
to
Everybody
take
was happy with that. Scott was happy with that. and so-
I'd agree.
So I will forward it once Vicky tells me to, and I apologize for whatever confusion I've created, which I'm sure was most of it.
Okay. Right, I think we need to get that, it's Bill, right? Yeah, we need to get that to
No, we
Bill.
send it to Robbie.
I send it to Bill.
No, we send it to
I'm
Bill.
sorry, you do. We will
Bill's
send it
waiting
to
for
Right, we
Robbie.
need to
Bill
send it to
wants
Bill.
me to send him the draft. I will do that.
Next,
Okay, approval of 2026 holidays and office closings. This is resolution number 2025-14.
I make a motion, we approve the 2026 holiday and office closings. Resolution number 2025-14.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, on to discussion on proposed wage increases for 2026.
I'm gonna find that, that was an email from Abby, wasn't it?
10-1,
There
I
it is,
think
I
is the
found
most
it. Thank
current
you.
one.
By the way, Abby, thank you so much for that spreadsheet.
that wasn't me.
Oh, that was
That
Carol?
was Carol's doing.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Yeah.
That made things so much easier. And thank you for the explanation. And did you guys have anybody reply to you?
I did not, I spoke with Zane today, actually, for Zane, because I didn't know if, he had talked with Vicky. And so he shared some thoughts with me. Gerald, I hadn't heard your way in, but do we need to give a brief synopsis, or how do you wanna?
I thought that your background information was very helpful in the due diligence about the consumer price index, and that we have been kind of behind the times in I don't know, what's the best word for it, Abby? In wage comparisons in neighboring communities and statewide positions.
A little background from the committee perspective. We asked each department head to submit a proposal to the committee along with their justification for the requested wage increases. And then the committee completed its due diligence to evaluate the requests and conduct wage comparisons for not only neighboring communities, but statewide positions that are comparable in size and as close as we could get. Abby, I don't know, Abby, if you want to go on with the summary, or do we, after speaking with Zane today, do you think we're ready to?
Well, he had some questions and concerns. I think all of us, would acknowledge that it's always hard to make the decisions on salary and wage. And we know that our department heads and our employees are, the most valuable assets that we have. I mean, human capital is so important. And so we made this recommendation based on acknowledging that and trying to level up to have competitive wages, both for our current employees and in recognition of the work that they've done, but then also going forward, if we did have to make a replacement, knowing that, we want to attract and retain good employees. I think after attending the SB1 meeting that Senator Glick spoke at, there's so much uncertainty. None of us has a crystal ball, so maybe a little less confident, I would say, because I think they don't have everything as clearly laid out as, we would think with the LIT and CEDA and some of that funding going away. But overall, as a committee, we talked about the importance of valuing our employees and making a recommendation that would support that.
And our department heads have confirmed that their budgets will withstand. They're healthy and they'll accommodate the pay adjustments. Of course, we don't have the crystal ball
right
for the future, but
did you and Zane have conversation about it?
very little.
Abby, is there an across the board percentage increase or a range?
Not really. It looks to me like her spreadsheet is an average of 14%. Right?
If we went with leveling up for department heads and employees in general, it would be a 15% increase.
15?
Mm-hmm. But again, it would be a one-time recognition that then going forward, we would be where we are at, and from here on out, it would be cost of living, so more of that common 2.5% to 5% versus
So it's like a catch-up now,
that, yes.
but don't expect this next year.
No.
Right, right.
I believe, did we not find that most, communities did this around 2018? Was that
22.
22?
Yeah,
Was it-
2022.
That's when they did the catch-up, and we didn't do it then, and so continue to fall behind for another, this would make it another 4 years behind that. And
The other thing that we talked about is, given the uncertainty with some of the funding sources, even though all of the budgets are strong now, and the department heads have analyzed it and looked at it and are confident that they can handle that. And we, in some cases, have been operating at lesser employees, like as folks have moved on, those positions haven't been replaced. So that has, caused more work on all of our employees. And then given all of the changes that they've gone through in the last couple of years, the changes in department, or with changes in town manager, we want to kind of acknowledge that and, like I said, level up. But again, we know it's a lot and it's kind of unprecedented, especially in this time. And so one of the other things we talked about as a committee was breaking it up over 2 years, so that we could analyze and understand. But then we also talked about, if not now, then when, because each year, we're getting further behind. And so again, this is all just, I guess, in the discussion phase right now.
We're not ready to make a decision until we discuss it. And that'll probably have to be, Zane's not here.
we need to get our,
Salary ordinance.
salary ordinance.
Yeah, I don't have any, questions. I've already looked at it all. I think you guys did lots of due diligence. I think you did lots of homework. I think the department heads did their homework. I think you guys did a great job on the background, the summary, and the proposal. And I think involving the department heads and getting proposals from all of them, and that they looked at all of their budgets, they justified their money. I don't think you guys could have did a better job. Congratulations.
This was my first year serving on not only the salary committee, but the hiring committee. And it's a very uncomfortable place to be. In order to replace an employee, to get a competitive quality employee, you have to offer more than the person that left was making. And that was a really uncomfortable place for me to be.
Carol needs to have her salary ordinance done for the October 28th meeting. So, I don't have any problem approving the wages that you have proposed this evening in this document that you have set forth here.
One other thing I wanted to say that we took into consideration was the skill sets that each of our department heads have, and often they're doing more than what a typical department head would do. So, in some communities, there's a department head that handles the sewage and then water separately, for example. And so Terry has been managing both for years. And more like a public works manager, which would have a much higher salary. And then Corey has taken on additional
Corey's down 2 guys.
work.
Corey's lost 2 guys and he hasn't replaced either one.
And in the case of the Parks Department, Casey has secured a lot of grants that have helped build up our parks. Of course, our public safety, Scott has been with us for longer than we should probably say, right? Has done an excellent job providing safety in the community. He can say it if he wants, but he's been with us a long time and done an incredible job, and often with fewer employees than he needs. And we've seen tonight that we're increasing to a full-time fire chief because of the work that Bob has done and demonstrated support and the work that they do together. And so we just really value our employees, I think, and we know it's unprecedented, but
All of our department heads think outside the box and save us money every day.
and Carol does
And
an
Carol.
incredible job.
They save us money every day by doing things over and above their job. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Would you like me to put the proposal out there on the table?
What do you mean?
Well, nobody said what it
Oh.
is broken down.
Oh, what do you mean
Amount?
by broken?
I did, or I said the percentage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
but we've got part-time, we've got crossing
Yeah.
guard, I mean, there's like 5 different.
Oh, I don't think you need to do that. It's, if you look at the spreadsheet, it's like she said 50%, but if you look at it across the board, it was, she's got it averaged out at what, 14.3?
I'm good with it. We're very blessed and very fortunate to have a municipality, a town municipality that is well-staffed and well-ran as Albany is. And there's other communities that don't do the job that we do, for whatever reason. We're very lucky. And I'm good with this package that you guys put together.
Zane said he would be more comfortable with 10%. And that was what I went into the initial meeting thinking, but then as we talked with the department heads that are a part of that committee, not all of them were part of that committee, and as we considered each of their proposals, it made sense according to all of the research that we had done, so.
We've been very frugal for a lot of years, and we're behind.
But and that insurance every year is an absolute killer.
So we offset that significantly, and that is one thing we have to consider. If our funding is cut, then we may have to look at some different ways of providing benefits and, but again, we don't have a crystal ball. So.
I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody could have done any more homework than this committee did on this proposal.
Very, very nice. It's very easy to understand.
This is as thorough as it gets right here. So I want to make a motion that we accept the proposed wage increases for 2026 as presented.
I'll second that.
Any other comments or questions?
It's so bad that we're doing it without Zane here, but.
Snooze, you lose.
Okay, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
I might have to retire from the council.
Not till 12/31 of 27.
Start working for that.
Don't start doing
I just gotta get Matt to run for my position.
on to,
Point 11. It's like, what are we, 7:20? We've been here since 5. I need a chicken McNugget.
Just one?
consideration of town attorney agreement. We have received, a new contract for legal services for 2026. Basically, there's a, flat fee increase and a small increase per hour. And I would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to renew our contract with our attorney for the stated fee increases for 2026.
Second,
Wait, I had a question though. Vicky, you had said,
You
I'm
do
sorry. Huh?
I didn't have pizza in there.
That's right.
I need one of the little
Very
trumpets.
good.
Buy it, buy it.
And maybe this is
You can always
what
buy it.
council
That's
discussed, but you said in your meeting, you had discussed some ways to kind of minimize,
We're going to talk about that in the next executive session.
oh, okay,
But she's alerted, so I know you want to talk.
okay.
I'm all for it.
That was on the agenda tonight, but
Oh, okay.
we went too long, right?
Right.
Executive session.
So we good? I made a motion.
I second it.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'm honored. Look forward to it. So,
Thank you for this, for being patient with our growing pains.
No, it's great. I'm telling you, from a year ago, August, I feel so much more like I better understand what everybody does here, and that's part of the process for me too. So thank you for all of your patience with me, because I know I am a pain in the backside.
I just wanted to note that the agreement originally has the date of December.
I
9th.
changed it. She
You
has a
did?
new one.
You-
Yeah,
great.
she's
Thank
got a
you.
new one. All those dates have been changed. Thank you, Carol. She's got the original up here, so if you wanna fan out, but yeah, thank you.
On to item number 12, canceling our November 11th, 2025 town council meeting. That happens to be Veterans Day, which is a town holiday,
Move to cancel.
and we need to have the claims part of that.
All in favor?
Chris,
Oh, yeah, I move that we cancel that and just have Carol process the claims like she normally does. And then we'll approve the claims on the 25th.
So she doesn't need pre-approval from us.
She doesn't need pre-approval.
well,
She'll
she emails us out, and if we have any concerns,
Right.
we email her back, respond, but
just Blah, blah,
then it will be officially taken care of at the meeting.
blah. We'll do it like normal.
She's windy at the beginning, and she gets at the end. Blah, blah, blah.
I know, it's very particular at the beginning.
At the beginning, at the beginning, I have to keep saying, I will entertain a motion.
I motion that we cancel the November 11th
Bob's
meeting.
contract has blah, blah, blah.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Lastly,
I think
lastly, we
Daryl
want to authorize LCI to repair damage to the Village of White Oak sign. Kurt has an update
Actually,
on
no, I
that.
have on the Leatherman thing, sorry.
Oh, that's
It's
different than
different,
this?
yeah. Steve probably has an update, which I think is Raver is trailing the claim and all that.
What,
Go ahead.
30 years, that sign was never damaged, and now it's twice.
Why
It's twice the same year.
And at first, our insurance agent thought it was not covered, but when I had asked a question, well, maybe we have a grace period, he inquired, he decided to submit a claim, he submitted the claim, and the specific company that covers that, Inland Marine, or we have an Inland Marine policy, all signs are covered. And so therefore,
Okay,
Do we even need to keep that sign there? Like, I mean,
I want to go back to the driver of the vehicle, okay?
oh, yeah.
Who supposedly did not speak English, okay?
He spoke,
He spoke English. I was there,
I was talked to him.
Okay. Did or did not have insurance?
did not.
Okay, did not. Did not have insurance.
Nor the vehicle either.
Did we impound his vehicle?
Yes, we did.
Did he get his vehicle back?
Yes, he did. He towed it out.
Okay, if he didn't have insurance, did he just get a ticket then?
It would have been an infraction
Okay.
for a first offense.
So what happens when a person doesn't have insurance and causes $27,000 of damage to town property?
Generally, they're civilly got after by the owner of the vehicle, or the insurance company that is covering that property will go after them for,
And then you
Please.
spend a bunch of money on attorneys and then you don't get anything.
possibly.
That was a presumptuous statement.
But in this case, the insurance company is picking up. So if they feel they're out money,
Yeah.
they go after him or her or them.
I heard the person was like texting or talking on their phone and.
Nobody saw it happen. Well, maybe one person might have saw it.
The passenger saw it happen in the truck.
Which was a child, right?
I mean, like,
Or you can't.
the road's wide
Because
open,
of
you can see for
The
miles,
girlfriend.
and you bash into a sign that just was repaired.
Mechanical failure is what the official report says.
Mhm. Well, did anybody check the guy's brakes to see if it really was a mechanical thing?
They were leaking brake fluid.
Yeah, they were, but that was probably from impact.
Went for that sign up here, right?
No,
As soon as
it's
I heard
probably.
it, I walked out and I saw it. And he was just climbing out of the vehicle.
So you're an ear witness then, not an eyewitness.
I did not see it. I heard it.
Right across.
Well, you might know of a
Just
camera.
saying, that there might be.
I
Well,
think.
there's
I think-
not,
I was heard he was saying he didn't speak English.
well, you
No,
heard
he
in
spoke
error because I talked to him.
I talked with him.
Okay, so
Somebody that works for a towing company, and they said they try that. They can
is
stick it when they
it
need to.
responsible to keep replacing the signs?
Well, I'm just wondering, Abby, how many more times we're gonna have to replace the sign, because that is at the bottom of the hill, that is icy in the wintertime. And when people go to turn in there, how many more times is it gonna get hit?
I've almost got it once. And no, I didn't intend
Well,
to.
that's what I'm wondering, if the sign's $27,000,
It's a lot of money, yeah.
which my boyfriend said, who is a stonemason, by the way, that he said is not anywhere near 27.
That's what I don't think 27,000 is a fair quote.
Which, I'm not going there, okay? I'm not going there.
You just did it.
I
I have a question for Steve.
I'm just wondering, Abby, if you take, do you have to have stone columns, okay? You know, that sign is, you know,
Imagine if they didn't have stone columns, the vehicle would have been.
well, I'm saying, do you really gotta have the stone columns, okay?
Yeah.
The sign there is, Tommy did the sign, okay?
And it looks nice.
Right, but do you really need the stone columns, okay? Is where I'm going with this.
I'd like to
How
add
much
on
was
to
it?
that.
How much was the quote the last
You know,
time?
I've been looking at that.
Well, we've only damaged one or two.
It is so much more difficult to put those stones on it than it is to put the brick on. Because I used to do that when I was younger. I can still do it. I don't like to do it, but I can still do it.
I really.
Brick is gonna be a lot less expensive. Something happens to it. You know, the quote is to put the stone back on, right?
I think you
Yeah,
need to.
to redo it exactly as it is, our cost would be $1,000. Whether we rebuild with wood columns, brick columns, or stone columns.
It's been hit twice in 30 days. I really think we need to rethink the entire sign. And I think that's what
agree.
Abby's alluding to, however, I'm not putting words in Abby's mouth.
No, I agree. And just because we're only paying $1,000, the insurance company still bears that burden. And then if they can recover any of that, but ultimately, the more that happens, insurance costs go up. And so I think there is a responsibility on our part to.
I'm just saying, what if it happens again?
Yeah.
What about the next time and the next time? I'm just saying, what can we do differently? I'm not saying not to put a sign there. I'm saying, what kind of sign can we put there if it gets hit again, that, okay, well, it's only gonna cost 5,000 to fix it.
If you put wood up, it's gonna rot.
Well, what's under those columns
That's what-
is wood.
I know.
So it's marine grade plywood, but it's still wood.
The last one rotted.
Yeah, and
And
Cindy
we were
Carroll.
gonna have to replace it because it was all wood. Not the columns.
Homeowners used
Columns
to
are
manage a lot of the.
different deal. But that sign was so rotten, I could poke my fingers. And I won't say we got lucky.
I don't know, I
But
think we
somebody
need
hit
to
it.
table the whole LCI
I agree.
$27,000 sign, okay? Because I just think it's gonna get hit.
The reason it's on the agenda now is because there's a bit of a time of the essence, because their quote is based on if they can do it while the weather is still good. Once the weather turns, they have to enclose
They'll
the work
quote
area and heat
more
it.
of WP, winter protection.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you think, Vicky? What do you think, Abby?
Well, they're gonna put it up with reinforced columns. Steel, but if you put wood on there, you're gonna be replacing again a heck of a lot sooner than you, as far as the columns. If you try to make wood columns,
Did it damage the vehicle?
oh yeah.
Good, I would say so, given the way the
Well,
It
I
sun.
sounded
would
like
hope
a
so.
train coupling up when it hit.
It's much
It
worse than
made
the
a
last
big
time.
boom, and I thought, that's odd. You know, once you hear that, you usually hear more. And, I walked out there and the poor guy was just crawling out of the vehicle.
I don't think it moved twice. I think it hit once and stopped.
Yeah, well, he tried to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, with the accident, it only moved once.
Okay, so do we do it? We're at $1,000 and then when it happens the next time, then do we put the skids on it and then do something totally different? Want to do that?
I don't know, that doesn't seem responsible, but I guess I don't have.
Okay, let's make a decision here. We
It's
got
gonna
four.
cost us $1,000, right?
That's what it's gonna cost us this time, $1,000.
And the north sign had already been improved. It was,
Yeah.
you know, to kind of make sure you.
I say we do it, and then this whole sign thing needs to go to committee probably or something, because we also have the one at Northwoods that she asked permission to take it down.
Really?
Trina did.
Well,
Yeah.
and then we also have the one at.
Yeah, Rolling River,
that's
we're gonna have to work
be
on
addressed.
that, right? Corey, those are all gonna fall under the street department.
Rolling River's gonna be coming out when Keith starts construction.
Yeah.
He wants to take out that island because. we-
Corey,
But we'd wanna put something back. I mean,
what's your opinion?
What's your opinion on,
I would say fix it now, and if it happens again, go with some kind of a steel structure,
steel structure?
steel posts, steel support beams. That way when they do hit it, it's gonna do this instead of that.
Is the new sign at the cemetery, is that steel?
It's thin steel.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I don't want to say, I don't remember. Kevin, Craig, and Casey did, I didn't do it.
Okay, so Corey's recommendation is to fix it. One more time. Okay, I'll go with that. I move to accept the LCI bid for $27,283. This will be my last acceptance of that.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I,
Opposed?
I won't be doing this again.
Okay, any other new business? Kurt, you have
Just a
something.
brief update, and I don't know if you want to pass or not. You haven't had a chance to look at it, I just got it finished before I came. But I have an ordinance to accept the dedication of the right of way for, 1 and 2, Rolling River Bluffs, the first two that have already been, they're already maintaining them. Correct me if I'm wrong, we're already maintaining 1 and 2, but they've never been formally dedicated. The problem with it, well, back up. We're working on phase 3 and 4 is what we're working on. That's what we're supposed to be getting to. And Steve has been helping me and he's gathered lots of information. And so to get 3 and 4 done, we have to get at some point in time, and we don't need to get into all the details, but Steve and I have to get to some sort of, understanding as to whether we're going through the plat process, like, the subdivision control ordinance requires to get, the easement that the sewer and water folks need, or do we do it some other way? There's another way to do it. And so that, we gotta work through that, but that has nothing to do with accepting 1 and 2. 1 and 2, we can accept tonight if you want,
Yes, we need to do that.
but, and it's fine, it's ready. I'm cautioning you against it only because what Steve was given was not what we asked for. It's not his fault, it's the developer's fault. We didn't,
Have the owner signed off.
I'm not doing anything with the developer because it's not the developer's thing to sign off. This is a acceptance of a dedication of the original plats that were done and they're already made. So I'm not dealing with 3 and 4 at this point. I'm not dealing with the easement that they need. What I'm dealing with is what you originally told me to do, which was accept the roads that we already
Are maintaining.
And so that's 1 and 2, the original plats, those 2. So that's done. Here's the problem. They gave Steve, and he forwarded to me, which is what I asked him to do, the legal descriptions for the 2 plats. They did not give us the legal descriptions for the specific streets. So if you want to accept the plats, that's fine. I'm ready to do that. But historically, and last time we did this, we got legal descriptions for the streets themselves, not the whole plat. But they didn't give us that. So you can either approve it with the plats tonight, or you can ask the developer to get us the specific legals, which they're gonna have a surveyor go out and do for the streets, and we only accept the street. The last time you dedicated streets, or you had me do a dedication, I can't remember what it was for, we had legal descriptions for the streets, not for the whole plat. They didn't give us those. They gave us legal descriptions for the whole plat, 1 and 2. So I have those, they're attached as an exhibit. The dedication is ready. I just don't like it because it should only dedicate the streets, not the whole plat. But that's what they gave us. So remember, the other thing they did last time, they wanted a quitclaim deed from us, and our recommendation is not to do that, especially for these, because these are old ones. So we're not gonna do that, I don't think. I think everybody.
Right, we don't own the plat.
Right.
We don't, we,
They need it dedicated and formally accepted by the town. The plat's been approved, but it was never accepted for dedication for some reason. I'm not complaining or pointing fingers, it just was never done. So that's what they want, the developer wants you to accept the streets in 1 and 2, even though you're already maintaining. So this is fine, I just normally would just have the streets on there, not the whole plat. So the question to you is, do you want to accept it with what they gave us, which is just the legal description for the plats? Or do you want to push back and say, give us specific legals for the street?
Well, if we don't, my opinion is if we don't push back now, we're not going to get.
I know, but normally the plat comes with a roll of,
Yeah.
like,
Blueprint.
I have all that.
blueprints that have all the
I
streets
have all
on
that,
them.
and I took that from there. My exhibit has that language.
Right there.
Yeah,
Right there.
right, but that isn't what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If you look at the one I did the last time, I have a specific meets and bounds legal for a street. They didn't give me that. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what you do. I'm just telling you so you understand the difference. But then we're gonna.
If you accept the legal description of the whole plat, are you in essence saying we as a town accept any streets that are built within that plat?
Yes, you are.
And what else we accept?
Whatever else is in there, and since.
All the
it was all-
utilities?
No, I just have, we're dedicated, I have in there that you are accepting the dedication of the streets contained within that plat.
Do they have names?
Yeah, that's what I got off of, Beacon. Because I couldn't use the big thing that Chris is referring to, because it's this big, and it's got 18 pages.
It's just that and that roundabout.
It's Riverview Crest and Rolling River Run, right?
It depends on whether you want to be 100% precise, or you want to be not 100% precise. That does it. It does what he asked for. It accomplishes what he wants. It doesn't do it to what I would consider to be the appropriate level of specificity.
And is that just for 1 and 2?
Just for 1 and 2. I haven't
Okay.
touched 3 and 4.
Yeah.
'Cause You and I.
And so we know there's not gonna be any other streets built within 1 and 2 that are deviate off of their existing course.
That's why I'm not overly,
We're not
Upset.
gonna
Yeah.
get anything else.
yeah, if that's all you got, that's all you're gonna have. So, but you can't prove it with my sticky note on there.
And that would be enough encouragement, incentive, so to speak, for the developer to proceed with 3 and 4.
If you wanna do it.
Well, we'll just keep cleaning things up.
So, and I think Steve and I have not had a time to discuss, but moving forward with the next one, 3 and 4, I think it's time for us to push back a little to the developer and say, we did this for you. Now, to get the easements that they need and to do what we want, they're gonna have to go through the proper procedure under subdivision control. You can tell me no, but that would be my advice. And dedicate their plat and do the proper, easement that's not drawn on there, which they're not gonna like, because they're gonna have to go back and draw, because they don't have it drawn on there. To satisfy our street and water people, sewer people.
So we get into easement
So what I did was, I'm separating 2 issues.
Right,
Old stuff, new stuff.
right.
This is
Okay.
just old stuff.
Okay.
Let's just get 1 and 2 done, and as that is,
And I'm okay with that.
okay,
It's not how I would
all
prefer
right,
to do it,
fine.
and you know how I
And
like.
how we're not going to do it in the future.
That's
Thank
not how we're gonna do it in the
Thank
future, but that we're gonna,
That's what I am
Okay.
concerned about, because I'm
do you
tired of cleaning
do you
up.
need a motion for that?
Yes.
All right. That's 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
Accepting the streets.
Just a minute, just a minute. Carol, do you know what, off the top of your head, what ordinance number this would be?
Carol doesn't have it, because I just got it done before.
Yeah, 2025.
I haven't seen it,
It
so.
would be
You want us to vote?
2025,
Yeah.
16,
16.
16.
What is it again, Carol?
You don't have to.
2025,
You wanna do it today.
2025.
I want to move forward, I want them to be able to move forward with development, so.
Right.
This is
The way I
the
look at
first
it,
step
this
in
isn't
that.
done the way you want to do it. It's not being done the way I want to do
Yeah.
it. But we're, as Vicky said,
Nikki,
we're cleaning up something that wasn't done
2025-16.
years ago,
And if
for
we
whatever
just,
reason.
yeah, if we don't get that done, then we can't
All right.
move forward with the development.
I'm gonna move to approve 2020, ordinance 2025-16. Plat, Rolling River Bluffs, parcel 1, or,
Section
And
1.
ordinance accepting the dedication of the rights of way in the plat of Rolling River Bluffs 1 and Rolling River Bluffs 2 in the town.
yes. I move to approve that.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Now, I don't know if you have any other ordinances, but
wait, you can't put a caveat on it.
no, you're gonna like this. I have a motion to waive the second reading so you can adopt it on its first reading attached, if somebody would make that
Make that motion, Abby.
one. So moved.
All you gotta
So
do is
moved.
say it. Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
There you go. You can tell this guy that you took care of it.
We are moving forward with
With
housing.
housing.
And then you and I, whenever you want, we'll deal with
The
it.
next 3 and 4, yeah, very good.
So why I came today, praise the Lord. Sorry, I didn't know it, but praise the Lord.
We got one more thing to do.
We have great intentions, everything just takes
I
forever.
think I was here the last time
Right.
he spoke.
We had asked him for this plat,
Vicky, before you adjourn,
For
a question or
sections 3 and
FYI
4.
involving
Now,
Kurt
which
and, the
this is
RDC,
rolling over.
Yeah.
Okay,
if I could say so.
he has yet. This has been 3 months.
Okay,
It's not.
one more item before,
Yeah, the RDC had
We need
asked
a
me
utility.
2 meetings ago, and then they brought it up again. And
Those are section 22.
to approach our town attorney Kurt and ask if he would appear before them by way of education of economic development issues, what can the RDC do? And it's particularly in regard to housing. And so, and also TIF.
Do we have a residential tip here?
No,
Okay.
but we know what they are, and we could have one.
Yes, you could.
And so they wanted me to, I haven't had a chance to get with Kurt and if I could, to ascertain his schedule, it's kind of not time of the essence at all. But, so it could be in the new year or, whenever.
I don't know if you know, because I'm gonna be out for.
Right.
But I would love that if you want me to do it. Steve, give me the parameters and I'll stick to them.
And, the way it's worked with the committees,
When you
Kurt-
sign that,
Kurt attends as requested, by either the committee president or myself or council president. And so I let the RDC know that, well, yeah, absolutely, we would be able to get him in there, but then it's.
I would like to be invited to that as well.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Okay.
Because they make a recommendation to us, so we need the
Yeah.
same education.
So I guess FYI, I wanted to know that was just kind of going to be on the agenda at some point.
I would say just move forward with him and his
Okay.
schedule
Real good.
and,
Love it. Great, thank you.
okay. All right, on to approval of accounts payable and payroll vouchers, October 2nd and 4th, 2025. Excuse me, 2nd and 14th, 2025.
Make a motion to pay accounts payable and payroll vouchers dated October 2nd and October 14th, 2025.
I second. All those in favor?
I
Aye.
think
I,
we have 4 on it.
Hey, go for it.
Make a motion for adjournment.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.